Greetings, this is Jesse from Nintendo Dads with a Let's Play of Rainswept. This game is... I don't see who the developer is in this form, but the publisher is Too Awesome Studio, and so thanks to them for a preview copy of the game. This game comes out on Friday. I don't know what the price is because it doesn't show me since I have it marked as purchased. So let me look real quick. Age gated on the Nintendo site. It's marked at $10, but discounted at $9 if you pre-purchase it, and I don't know if that 10% will persist through launch or not. Okay, as a description of the game before we start, Rainswept takes you on an emotional adventure in a small town affected by a double shooting. Join Detective Stone and unravel entangled threads of love, relationships, and unresolved trauma. Detective Michael Stone arrives in the small town of Pineview to assist the local police force with a seemingly simple case. A couple is found dead in their kitchen. The locals believe it to be a case of murder-suicide. Their speculation fueled by rumors of the turbulent natures of the couple's relationship. Help Detective Stone, assisted by the driven and empathetic Amy Blunt, discover the truth behind Chris and Diane's story, but be warned, the further he pursues the case, the more his own past will come back to haunt him, and the closer his sanity will be pushed to the edge. So, because this seems to be kind of like, story-heavy, visual novel-ish maybe, but not in the traditional Ace Attorney style. But so that's why Justin asked if I wanted to have a look at this, and I needed a break from Paper Mario, so figured this would be a good day to kick this one off. Let's see what we got. Thanks, Brooklyn Traveler. He says, love your new intro. I'm presuming it's loading because buttons aren't doing anything yet. I don't have a menu. I hope. I'm like, that's a bad place to get soft lock. This game contains references to topics such as suicide and trauma, which some players might find disturbing. Okay. D-pad doesn't do anything. Are you streaming on Twitch and Twitter? Yes, and not Facebook, and YouTube. Streaming to all three platforms at the same time. So, D-pad doesn't do anything in the menus, so I have to choose the analog stick, which, I don't, I'd rather, if you have two options, the D-pad should be fine here. Those are the options say. Music, sound effect, controls, and credits. Let's see what new game. Slot 0's on the bottom? That's weird. Some people would say just having a slot 0 is weird. As a programmer, it makes sense to me why you do that. But why have it on the bottom? That makes no sense. Monday, 12:14 a.m., October 7th, 1996. Gunshot. tried pushing buttons to see if it'll let me skip this, but it's not. It doesn't give me an option. Monday, 7:35. The same day. Yeah, it's really coming down. Hope I don't catch a cold again. You'd have to put it right in the middle of the screen. A little corner would be fine. Icon in the corner would be fine. This game has some really weird UI weirdnesses. Oh, he's a slow one. I saw this magnifying glass, so I thought maybe I needed to. That's a reticle. Like maybe this is like ported from a touch game or something. But no. Okay. B to look, A to touch. That's my car. I just got here. I'm not going back now. Alright, I cannot go up and down. I can only move left and right. And he is a speedy one. They've been here a while, it looks like. Why would I do that? Terrible. Show all undirected. So, okay. I do like it when people talk in the background separate from the play. Show all interactable objects. Alright, so they're making me do this. I can't move until I do. So. Hard. Okay, cycle between nearby. Oh, what? Okay, there's. And then I have to do L and R to toggle between the two because up and down doesn't make any sense at all, huh? The crowd is too close to the crime scene. The number of cops are few. This is poor. An open window. Now what's he up to? Man, please, you need this. Back away a little. What's happened here? A murder. Johnny, get under the umbrella. I want to leave. It's cold. Can we go back to the shop now? You can always see this coming a mile away. Man, please. Johnny, please. Alright, Johnny, let's go. There's no point in sitting here now. There wasn't any point in the first place. There was nothing we could have done. Chris did this, I'm sure of it. It does look like that, doesn't it? Detective Stone, right? The chief's inside. They've been waiting for you. You need to control the crowd, officer. You need to push the crowd away from the scene. What? You have to speak up. I can't hear you over the rain. The crowd. Handle them. There could be evidence out here. You can't have the crowd trampling all over the evidence. Oh yeah, I'm trying. Hey Williams, what the hell are you doing? Trying to pop up the tape so everyone won't stay. Get some sticks and drive them in. Yes, sir. Don't come. Richard's on leave. Do it yourself. We weren't prepared for this kind of thing. First time in decades. And to top it off, it's the rain. Just get the crowd under control. I'm heading inside. Yes, detective, don't worry. Yeah, let's see what else I can do out here. Okay, apparently nothing. I'm not liking this speed. Should I go in? Yes? No point in hanging out here. That's the sheriff. I should talk to him first. Michael? Huh? Well, that was random. Guess I'm a little tired of... Okay. The head office called in to say that you'd be joining us for this investigation. I'm Sheriff Harris, and this is Officer Watts. We appreciate the department sending help, but I don't think we'll need it. This case is ready to be wrapped up. What do we have here? The victims are Christopher Green, age 26, died from a bullet wound to the head, looks self-inflicted. And Diane Miller, age 24, single bullet wound through the abdomen. The victims lived together, were unmarried. Any signs of an intruder? No signs of forced entry. The door was locked from the inside when we arrived. An officer climbed through the open window here to open the door. There was no footprints outside that window. Except the officers. He was careful. No signs of struggle or marks in the bodies. Again, I want D-pad to work. It's a menu. There's 4... It's not like it's a 360 circle. It's just a menu. D-pad, please. What was the time of death, according to the house? According to the next door neighbor, a single gunshot was heard around 0:15 hours. We received a call about 0:20 hours, and we're here at another 5. We found them dead upon arrival and confirmed the timing. Alright, well, if there was 2 gunshot wounds and only 1... Yeah, that's already something to be worried about. What do we know about the weapon? Both shots were fired from a 38 caliber special revolver. The ballistics report will tell us more. Any witnesses? Just the next door neighbor who claims to have heard a single gunshot. We can interview him shortly. Honestly speaking, Detective, I think it's pretty obvious what's taking place here. What do you mean? They had a reputation. They weren't exactly a happy couple. The whole town knows this. Diane was shot point blank range with Chris's gun, probably by Chris. He then went ahead and shot himself, and the wound was clearly self-inflicted. So you see, sending you here unnecessarily complicates things. Let's question their abilities. I'm beginning to think it was a very good idea. It's obviously a case of murder-suicide. So everything's figured out already? If that was sarcasm, I'll ignore it, but yes, more or less. Are you suggesting there was domestic violence involved? It would seem so. It was never reported, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. So, rumors? You may call it that, but where there's smoke, there's fire. I'm not sure of that, and they were never really able to fit in this town. They were new here, moved in about 6 months ago, never got out much, didn't make any friends. You don't need to analyze the obvious. That would only be inefficient. This is Officer Blunt. She will assist you through the course of your work here. Hello. One more thing. We're looking to wrap this case up quickly and cleanly. We don't want to drag it if it can be helped. We have an important festival coming around in a week's time, so you might say this is rather bad timing. So there's no need to go around complicating things, alright? Just give me the story that works and we can close this case quickly. Sarcastic reply. Sure, can't wait to wrap up this case. Alrighty, see you soon. Okay then. Anyway, have a look around the room if you like. Come talk to me when you're done. Alright, I thought I was going to be talking to the girl, but apparently not. 38 caliber special, as Officer Watts said, looks pretty old. You can hold 6 rounds. It's a revolver, so it wouldn't have ejected the shell casing. They should still be in the barrel. Open barrel. There are 3 unused rounds still in there, and 3 spent shell casings. This means 3 rounds were fired from this gun at some point in time. If 2 were fired last night, where is the 3rd? Or was shot last night on some other day? The gun belonged to Chris, according to Officer Watts. Let's assume Chris or Diane weren't the ones to use it. Is there anyone else that could have known where they kept the gun? I do, I really doubt it. Remember, no signs of forced entry. Could be someone they were comfortable with or trusted. No one I can think of. Special rounds, box of 50. There are 44 here, which means 6 are missing. 2 were used last night. There are 3 still loaded in the gun, as we saw earlier. If 2 were shot last night, there's still 1 unaccounted for. Was that shot last night too, or on some other day? One of the heads. Skull is badly damaged, but most of the side has been blown off. His body position and the way he fell would indicate that he was sitting sideways in the chair facing where Diane's body is now. The angle of the shot indicates he was shot from this side. If someone shot him, they were standing in front of the refrigerator. No clues there, though. He could have been shot from that window. At the moment it's shut, it must get checked for fingerprints and footprints outside. Someone might have been left through there. Have the fingerprint results in a couple of days. Don't forget there aren't any footprints outside. If someone shot him from outside, then Chris would have sat facing the refrigerator. That makes sense. That would make sense. That way the killer wouldn't need to enter the house. But in that case, who shot Diane? Examine hand. Gunpowder residue on his right hand. Hard to disagree with Officer Watts here. Strong evidence for Victor shooting himself, unless it was made to look that way. Chair has fallen on his back. Looks like Chris fell off the chair before or after being shot. Red wine looks like a new bottle was opened yesterday. No one drank from the glass. It would seem that Chris was sitting by himself at the table and drinking wine, waiting for someone to join him. Probably Diane. Whether he was waiting for her or someone else, we don't know yet. The glass of wine was knocked over. Looks like wine, but there seems to be blood in here as well. Or did blood splatter in this direction? It wouldn't make sense. These drops of blood feel out of place too. Officer Blunt, I think, is more than 2 gunshots that we're seeing. Can't go that way. What's this? Signed Chris 96. I'm guessing Chris put some of the furniture around this house. Gunshot to the stomach. The damage and the residue would suggest the shot was taken at point blank range. That rules out the possibility of her getting shot from the open window. She would have been in line of sight from the outside, though. There's no mistaking it. The perpetrator would have been inside the house to cause this kind of wound. Whether that was Chris or someone else is hard to say at the moment. I think that's everything. Hey Carter, thanks for watching. You done here? Yes, I'm done. Alright, let's have a chat with Mr. Willis outside. The rain is lit up. Right, this is Mr. Willis. He lives right next door. Yeah, I'll take coffee. You can ask him questions you may have about last night. Right. Can you tell me everything that you saw or heard during the last night's events? Well, I headed off to bed around 11 p.m., as I usually do after a glass of whiskey. Helps me to sleep, you know. Anyway, sometime around 12:15, I'd say, I was woke up by a loud bang. I ran to my bedroom window. I looked straight down at their place. And what did you see? Nothing. The kitchen lights were on, but that's about it. I went to my phone and called Officer Watts straight away. How long did it take you to get to the window? Now that the rain stopped, why is there thunder? I've never seen Supernatural. I know of it, but my daughter likes it, but I've never actually seen it myself. How long did it take you to get to the window once you heard the shot? A couple of seconds. Not more than 5, I'd say. Nearly fell out of my bed when I heard the shot. You might say I was halfway there already. Did you see anything on the street? No, everything was exactly the same as always. You said you heard one gunshot? Yeah, the whiskey knocks me out pretty good, so if there had been more, I didn't hear them. You live alone? Yeah, I do. Never got married. Long story. One meant to be talked over a couple of whiskeys. Know what I mean? Can anyone confirm your whereabouts? No, I was just at home. Am I a suspect? His procedure. I know Willis, he's cool. React. We'll have a talk later. Talk about what? Just later, okay? Okay, Sherlock, what do you say, Holmes? Do they have many visitors? Not at all. And all this time, I always maybe saw Jack coming over to fix their car. People rarely visited them because they mostly kept to themselves. Never made any friends. Sometimes folks don't like those kinds either, so I can't really say. Know what I mean? No. Please elaborate. You won't find anyone crying over their deaths here. No one knew them. They never got out much. Anything else? I don't know if it's useful, but you might have heard about Chris and Diane. They looked pretty happy when they first moved in. More recently, though, I heard Diane crying a couple times, usually late at night. See, whiskey knocks me out early, so maybe that's why I never heard all this before. But a couple of times I was up a little later. One night about a month ago. Heard pretty bad things. There was some loud sounds, stuff being flung around. I heard someone crying. I think to myself that maybe I should call the police, but then it quieted down all of a sudden. We never received any calls for domestic violence, but people have often talked of stories of this kind. Can you remember when you heard this? Well, I was up late night writing an important letter, so it must have been somewhere between the 1st to 3rd last month. That's all I know. We'll be in touch. And thanks for the coffee. Please don't tell witnesses they're not under suspicion, especially not in front of them. So you don't know how to do the job. All I'm saying is this case isn't all wrapped up as you like to believe. How can you not see what's right in front of you? It's so obvious. He didn't see anything outside the house after the gunshots. There was no signs of anyone forced entry either. On top of that, considering how rough things were between the two of them, you heard what he said, right? We don't know the complete picture. We need to dig deeper if we want to know the truth and not just to confirm our assumptions. Well, what about the door? How was it locked from the inside? I checked the door. It locks itself from the inside when you pull it closed. Whether you pull it from the outside or push it from the in. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm saying that there's no conclusive evidence yet. We'll find dig deep as you like. You won't find anything new here. I was perfectly capable of handling this case myself, but of course the head department had to complicate things. In any case, Sheriff Harris will probably want to wrap up this case before the festival, so don't expect him to wait more than a week. At the head of the station. We'll come back in the evening to search the house, letters, diaries, that sort of thing. Alright? When can we expect autopsy results? Day after tomorrow, according to the coroner, but I'll confirm and let you know. Guessing there were more than 2 bullets shot last night? We should take another look around the kitchen to make sure. 3 bullets? But, I'm actually glad that you're here, you know, although the sheriff and Officer Watts would rather not admit it, even to themselves. This is like the first murder here in the last 100 years or so. We have no idea how to deal with it. I mean, yeah, that's a surprise. Anyway, I was saying, so yeah, I wasn't taking it that way, but I guess I can understand it now. Let's join the fourth force a month back, for instance, in a murder already. I'm not sure if I'm ready. I kind of knew them, you could say. I never know anyone that's been murdered before. Kind of weird, a bit sad. And I was an officer, I'm not supposed to feel that way and all. You'll be fine, give it time. Thanks. Tell me about Chris and Diane. Well, not much. Mostly what Willis said earlier. Nobody knew him. They came here, kept to themselves. You'd hear stories about them. Everyone thought they were some kind of weirdos. I admit I kind of agree with that sentiment too. I feel bad about that now. There's no reason to make assumptions about people's character, and characters can't be used as evidence. So I'd really like to help figure out what the real story is, whatever it may be. What's the festival about? It's an annual thing. We have it every October. There's a fair on the Market Street. Food, rides. Get a lot of tourists from nearby states around that time. Good source of revenue for some of the smaller businesses here. That, of course, is less important in the light of recent events. Good to hear you say that. Of course, we can't go around trying to wrap up cases based on our assumptions, whatever the situation may be. I mean, these were people's lives that ended, and our job is to figure out what really happened. So I guess what I'm saying is you can count on me during this investigation. Thanks. I'm hoping the local police will let me do the job I've been sent to do, though. I don't mean you. I know what you mean. Honestly, Harris is a jerk. I'm serious. He doesn't care about anything except running off home and taking it easy. This case probably ruined his plans to relax and enjoy the festival week. I hate people like that. Watch, though, he's really sweet. I know he comes across as obnoxious, but OMG. Oh! I saw her. She was right there. Why am I seeing her? Why am I thinking of her? So apparently she wasn't really there? Oh, yeah. Carter, if you're still here, the very first... The scene opened up with... You heard a gunshot, and so that... And I was in the house doing some initial investigation, and the two bodies were still on the ground. Hope she's not hurt. How's the car looking? I don't know. Ask Jack, he's working on it. Talk to me when you're done. Alright. That poor car. That would be dangerous. It sure would. Jack's Auto Repair Shop. Jack's the name of the guy fixing my car. Amazing how that works. He said his name was Jack. It's a good thing he was passing by when the crash happened. Hey Jack, what's up, dude? What's the issue with the car? Well, headlights and the bumper's gone. We'll need to have them replaced. I have to check if I got replacement parts so I can fix it. How long will it take to fix? A couple of days, 3 maybe, depending on how quickly I can get the parts. Shouldn't take more than 4. Can you fetch my big wrench? It should be in the toolbox outside. Alright. Jack got us here in that. I think I'll wait for my car to get fixed. I like that car. Ugh. Really? You're gonna make me do this with a running speed like this? The key should be somewhere among the stuff behind your car. Of course it is. Got the key. Tar, shovel, I wonder what Jack uses them for. You said the red wrench, right? Ask about the convertible. Is it yours? Yeah, that's a 65 Mustang. Love that ride. I got it used for pretty cheap off a guy who couldn't take care of her anymore. Luckily the car's got something that keeps it running like new now. New engine? No, dude, it's got me. I spend all my free time on her, fixing her up, making sure she runs better than new. I keep her happy by taking her on long, beautiful drives on the roads outside town. Ask about the shovel. I do a bit of construction work on the side sometimes, you know, fixing up driveways and stuff for extra cash. You hear the joint investigating the murder, right? Do you have any information that can help us? I don't know about information, I just know he did it. What do you mean? Chris, he killed her. Why do you say this? Everyone could see it coming. They say she was troubled, scared of him. Someone in this town should have done something. We all knew this could happen, but no one cared enough about him to bother interfering. How do you know all this? Rumors? Did you know him? Not really. People here barely did. They were not the kind to come out and make friends with their new neighbors, it looks like. They still felt like outsiders to the rest of us. What were you doing last night? That's what I asked. Alright, I drove a couple miles from here and drank a few beers while enjoying the view at night. Yeah, the stars, you see? Was there anyone with you? Did you meet anyone? No, there's nothing like the pleasure of your own company sometimes. Thanks for your help. We shall be back if we have any more questions. What do you mean? For your car, come back when it's fixed. You get way too serious, way too fast, man. Chill out. Okay. Note added. I don't know how to view notes. Okay, oh, I guess D-pad has things to do. Map, task, journal. Alright, that's the journal. Okay, so you can just take in notes of everything that was said. Little sketch of the kitchen. I hope they do something about this walking speed. That's ridiculous. If you're going to animate a gate like that, at least you should be walking at least that fast to catch up. And it's just a slog to move. Hey, hi. You okay? I'm fine, surprisingly. Apologize for the accident. It's alright, since we're... Something else worries me, though. What's that? What happened back there? How did we hit the tree? Thought I saw something. What you see? Person. That's kind of creepy. Yeah. Are you okay otherwise? I mean, I don't know you, so I don't know if this is a regular thing. No offense. No, that's okay. I know what you mean. I mean, you collapsed back there at the crime scene, too, and then this. Yeah, I don't know. I've been a little dizzy all day. Maybe I just need a nap. Seeing this kind of stuff kind of bums me out. I'm just saying, if there's anything wrong, you can talk to me. Don't hesitate. Oh, detective. I'm going to drive to the next town for a bit. Want me to drop you on the way? Yeah, welcome, Carter. Let's see, how long have I been? It's been going on for a little more than a half an hour. Famous Pineview Main Street. I'm kidding, not much to see here. See if we can talk to the locals on the way to the hotel. Alright, it isn't very busy at this time of day. There should be a few people out. Father Smith knows a lot about Pineview. It would be a good idea to talk to him before heading to the hotel. Here's a map. Alright, okay, so there's my tasks. And then... But... It's telling me to do stuff. I'm doing it, but then not advancing. It's like waiting for an extra 10 seconds. Alright, there's the map. It's... That doesn't even tell me where I am? Crime scene, Aspen Street. Where do they say I was at? Main Street, so I guess I'm on top. Don't know what the red arrows mean. You know what? I think I'm going to stop it here. It's just, I'm a little tired, and this is a slog to move, and I think I need to be a little bit more alert to play this more. So I might try to play it again later on. So far, you know, I don't like the controls. The story seems kind of generic. Not really grabbing me. You know, I'll talk a little bit more about it tomorrow, but again, I didn't get far into it. So we'll see if I get a chance to put more time into it or not. So for those who are still here in the chat, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.